Hey, family. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach. I'm jumping on because I want to talk about, oh boy, here I go. Let me make sure I put my do not disturb on because I am always, yes, welcome in. Yes, I am just getting started. I wanted to, and I'm sharing out the live. I am sharing out the live. Yes, my name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. I have been a relationship coach for the last 15 years. I love what I do. I am working so hard on helping people to win. That is my goal. That is my wish for you. That is what I am passionate about. I just want to see people win in love and in relationships. So yes, I am here this afternoon and I am sharing out the live. If y'all don't mind, that is what I'm doing. I cannot see who is in the room because I am working on, I don't even know, did I send it to these people? Oh my gosh. This is hard. Yes, I am sharing the live out. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I'm steady sharing out the live. Yes, okay, I'm sending that out. Hey, Mika Grace. Hey, how you doing, Slinger? I see you, baby. Hey, Forever, I see you coming in the room. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is not a topic that is foreign to any of you. Today we are talking about not losing yourself in relationships, and I want to talk to you about how we can prevent that from ever happening again. Some of you have heard some of what I'm about to say because I say it frequently, but I just think that it is so important to not lose yourself when you meet somebody. I think that I can't express this enough. How y'all gotta walk with me, because why did I leave my water? And y'all know I need my water. I can't function without my water. Okay, here it is. Yes, I have been trying to get my, hey, Forever, I see you, my love. I have been trying to get my little self together, and what happens is now TikTok has gotten very strict. You have to be on screen, and you have to, if you don't move enough, if you don't move your arms, your head, nod, do something, they say that you being static, and they will shut you down for that. Yes, they will. They will shut you all the way down. So unless I pause the video, which I don't want to do because I'm just getting started, I have to keep it moving. I gotta be doing the most, right? I gotta be doing the most. I see you forever. Oh God, I keep forgetting. Y'all, I'm still not used to, I have to shut off my thing for the battles. I have to shut it off. In fact, TikTok was supposed to be putting me with somebody to battle for tonight, but I never got the notification. I'm going to have to check because I've been busy all day. But I want to talk to y'all about not losing yourselves in relationships, right? I don't think we think very much of it because sometimes as women and even as men, one of the key things, my foot hurts, it's cramping up. I think I'm moving around and doing too much. One of the key things that I realize is that we are taught to pour in, especially as women, and men are taught to perform for men, right? Hey, Karina, thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. I see you. Thank you. Men are taught to perform and women are taught to pour. right? And so, hey, Dewana, I see you, sis. I got your text. I got you, baby. I got you. And that's going to be amazing. That's an amazing situation that you put together. Tomorrow I have something to do, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on. Thank you for the daily heartbeat, my love. But I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best to try to get on. It depends on, I didn't check the time, but I know it's tomorrow. So I'm going to see if I could do it. And I'm going to share it on my other social media platforms as well. But I wanted to get on because a lot of times, as I said before, Slinger, I see you. Slinger is in the building. Okay, y'all? Y'all better stop playing. Beauty, I have to inbox you. Yes, of course. Of course, inbox me. So one of the things that I know is that men perform and women pour. Men want to get your attention and sisters want to pour into somebody. They just want to be loved. And they want to be treated a certain way over everything, right? And so one of the key things that I do know is that when we do that, because we wanna pour, and for men, you want to perform because you want the woman's attention, you want her to love you, you want her to care about you, you want somebody in your life. And some men don't even want to be husbands, they just want somebody in their lives because okay, so let's be real, because it's cuffing season. It's cuffing season. The winter is coming and you want somebody in your life so that you can have somebody to go through the winter months with, somebody that you could talk to. Hey, sis, I see you. I see you. Tanya, why did Peaches have me over there singing on her live? I was singing. We were singing gospel songs, girl. You missed it. It was amazing. That's part of the reason why I'm late. It's not the whole reason why, because I was getting ready to get on screen. So yeah, but it was awesome. Yes, I love Peaches. Oh my God, right? And so I want to get to this because if love is requiring you to shrink and for your voice not to be heard, we're already out of alignment with ourselves. And the reason why I think that this is so important is because we have these dreams of grandeur, of this wonderful and amazing relationship, and we don't go into it all the time. Some of us do, healed and whole within ourselves, right? And so what ends up happening as a consequence of us not being healed and whole, we do the same things that we've done before in relationships, right? That didn't work for us. We just think we met the wrong person. That's usually what happens. Oh, this person, they're just a bad person. They're not about us. They don't have the capacity. They're not. And while all of that is true, it is absolutely true that they, I don't doubt what happened in your situation. The issue is not so much what they did or what they didn't do, more than it is that we need to understand that if it cost us who we are, it's probably not for us. If you go into a relationship and you don't feel safe, if you go into a relationship and you feel like you have to fight to be heard, if you go into a relationship and the person doesn't treat you well, but they buy you everything you want, if you don't know what good, healthy love looks like, which is the problem for most of us, we'll find ourselves right back in the situation that we just came out of. It's important that we understand that we don't need to lose ourselves to be loved, right? And it's important to understand who you are and why you operate the way that you do. It is very, very important. It's hard for us as men and women to sit with ourselves in the reality of some of the things that we've allowed to have happen in our lives. And it hurts to finally recognize and realize that sometimes it wasn't everybody else, it was our approach, it was the way that we felt about ourselves, it was our need to be a specific way and to control the narrative in everything that we do. That's a problem. That's a problem, right? what we do, and I just want to give you a scenario because I'm going to tell you, the truth is, the only reason why I can speak to this is because I've abandoned myself on a number of occasions without even recognizing that I was abandoning myself. And what self-abandoning looks like is, it's like when you suppress your needs, your voice, your desires, your identity to keep a connection with someone else. That's what it is. When you don't know, like, because you've been taught all of your life, just be quiet, don't say anything, let it go, let's just keep the peace. Everything's not going to be perfect. You're not going to have a perfect person. Nobody does. Nobody's perfect. Nobody, or all that kind of thing. You know how you know how what you were taught. Well, and men were taught, well, that's just how women are. They're emotional. Like, so you got to make her happy. You got to do all the things, right? And while that's true, you want to do all the things with somebody who's in alignment with you, right? And so a lot of times I believe that the wires get crossed because of the dysfunction and the things that we've experienced as children, right? I believe in a real way. Hey, Pooh Bear, I see you, baby. My son, father, mom tells me just to stay quiet and he will do it. Okay, my son's father's mom tells me just to stay quiet and he will do it. Got you. Had a situation like that just the other day. I was talking to somebody about something similar. I really was. And it's a little bit of a different situation. And I can't get into detail. But I said, stop. They heard you when you said it the first time. They heard you when you said it the first time. You know how, with our kids, like I tell my son, like when they was home, when they was kids, I would tell them, take out the garbage. And they heard me and like, okay, Ma. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm telling them again, like, did you take out the garbage? Because I need the garbage taken out now. Like right now, because I'm cooking or I'm doing whatever and the garbage is full. Ma, I'm going to get to it, right? And the reason why this is important is because it's almost like, I got to stand on top of you to get something done. But we're grown people, right? Hey, Malika, I see you, baby. But we're grown people. They heard you when you said it the first time. They're not asleep. I just had this conversation with somebody. I said, you don't have to keep repeating that to him. You don't. They heard you. What we expect a lot of times is for people to do things immediately because we said so. And people need to process how they need to process, and it's kind of mind-blowing in a real way. And I'm only saying this because it's in my head, like, it's like maybe you didn't hear me. Maybe you don't understand. Maybe you don't understand that I need this now. The reality of the situation is they heard you. And what they're doing is, which is a whole separate process, separate and apart from you, is processing. Like, I know I'm talking about the garbage, so it's not that serious, right? But let's just say it's something bigger than just taking out the garbage. Let's just say that there are some life-altering decisions that are rooted in the request that you asked. Now, they have to change things about them that they probably didn't notice when they were not in a relationship with you, right? But now that they're in a relationship with you, they realize that there are some things that they need to change, right? Because if this relationship is going to be successful, then there's some things that I'm going to have to let go of, right? That and I have to negotiate whether or not this is a non-negotiable for me or a deal breaker. Like, because sometimes it's not just take out the garbage, if I could be, clear, right? The reality of the situation is that as much as we may, hey Lanny, I see you, K5, I see you, baby. Welcome in, right? Hi, Ramon, I see you, welcome in. The issue is sometimes it's not something as simple as taking out the garbage. It's something that they may have done for years prior to meeting you. And now you come into their lives and you're telling them something that is necessary for the relationship to flourish, and they're not listening to you, or you feel like they're not listening to you, but they heard you when you said it. And now they have to negotiate within themselves, or think about it, or process it, or whatever. And that may seem unreasonable to us, depending upon the situation, but it's not necessarily unreasonable for them to take the time to process what you're saying and to deal with the ugliness or how they feel about themselves, because you had to ask them to do that. Crazy, because he wanted me to change, but he still wanted me to accept that he wants to live double life. See, that's a whole nother talk show, though. That's a whole nother talk show. That's a whole nother talk show forever. For real. Like that's a whole nother talk show. Like, there should be reciprocity, and I mean the pouring into, like I pour into you, you pour into me type of situation. And the thing that, that I teach this every night when I come on here. Hi, Myra. Thank you for the follow, my baby. Thank you. I come on here every day, and even in the evening, right, to talk about how we need to change ourselves. I don't expect anybody to give what I'm not giving. And nobody should expect for you to give to them what you're not even giving yourself. Right? And so that's why we have to be careful about who we align ourselves with, because there's some people that want the sun, the moon, and the stars from you, but they're not even doing that for themselves. Right? So they want to continue to live the way that they live, but they want you to be different. They want you to change. They want you to do all the things, but they're doing absolutely nothing. That's out of alignment. It doesn't even make sense. How do you even make sense out of that? That's nonsense. Right? What I have to ask myself, I remember one time I was talking to this guy. I met him through his mom. He lived in California. Y'all know I live in New York. And I wanted him to move back to New York, because I don't do long distance relationships, right? That's just me. I'm not saying anybody else shouldn't do it. I don't. And I wanted him to move back to New York, but I wasn't willing to go to California. I was not. I mean, it was just absolutely out of question. It was absurd. And I had to ask myself a real hard question one day. Like, when we got off the phone, I was really seriously thinking about that. Because we really, really cool. And I met him over the phone through his mother, who I knew because she's a New Yorker. And me and him just started kicking it on the phone, and we was enjoying each other's company and all of this other stuff. And he's a cool guy. Nothing ever materialized, but it was just the conversations that we were having when they did get a little serious. I knew that I was asking him to do something that I was unwilling to do. And how is that supposed to work? Like, that doesn't work. Like, so I'm talking about changing locations, but even behaviors, right? Even behaviors. Like, you can ask somebody to do a thing, but you have to also be willing to do what you need to do as well, right? So today I got on to talk about the fact that sometimes we just doing too much, and we end up losing ourselves. Thank you, Kiana. Thank you for the follow, baby. We're asking people to do things that we're not willing to do for our own selves. Double lives and all of that. Ain't nobody doing that. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing double lives. Like who's doing that? Right? I mean, maybe somebody will, just to be open and honest, because there's a lot of people that are sharing and doing all manner of stuff. I mean, big love and all of that kind of stuff. Hey, Sha Love, I see you, baby. How you doing? Thank you for the daily heart me, right? There are people who are doing big love. They doing all kinds of stuff out here, right? And I'm not mad about that. Like, people get to do whatever it is that they want to do, but I'm not co-signing it. You do what you want to do. You live how you want to live. You get it how you live. Like, have a good time. Like, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? The idea is, okay, here we go with the... I got to battle, y'all, but not right now. And maybe I'll do something tonight. Let us see. I don't know. Oh, my gosh. But the idea, right, behind all of it, right, is that we can't keep losing ourselves in people who are not even trying to meet us halfway. People who don't even want the same things that we want. And as I was saying before, you said happy Friday, Dr. Kim. Thank you, Sha Love It. Happy Friday, sweetie. I see you. I see you. I am not a doctor. I keep telling everybody that I am not a doctor. I was at a conference one time in Georgia, and I didn't even know I was the keynote speaker. I didn't know until the actual day. Like, I was very upset about that. But I rocked the room, y'all. I rocked the room. And I thought I was just going to talk just for 10 minutes or something. And turned out I was the keynote speaker. And literally, I talked to the crowd for 3 hours. It was bananas. What was I getting ready to say? The next morning, I came down to meet up with everybody for breakfast. They was like, Dr. Kim. Doctor, I said, I'm not a doctor. Like, really, I'm not a doctor. My point is, she said, you my doctor? Sis, you are hilarious. That is funny. This is what I want to say to you. The only reason why I can speak to this is because I've abandoned myself over and over and over again for years. I kept my mouth shut. I stopped using my voice. I dealt with things that hurt me to my core. I dealt with people who didn't even begin to have the capacity to love me. And Patty's Virtue, I see you, baby. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Can y'all welcome Patty? And can y'all welcome Kiana in the room, Karina in the room. Oh, hi, Dr. Rogers. I see you. I didn't even see you from Alabama. Welcome in, welcome in. Can y'all welcome Dr. Rogers in the room? Leanna, can y'all welcome her in the room? Can everybody? That's selfish from them. Yeah. Mira, can we welcome Mira in the room? Y'all know how we give it up in here. We welcome everybody up in the room. I just want to love on everybody, and I just want to thank you for being a part of this family and for taking your time to come into this live when you can spend your time anywhere else that you want to. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every tap, every heart me, share, all of that. I appreciate the love. I really do. I wanted to talk about this because I think that this is just such an important, there's that word. I'm going through a breakup from a narcissist. Any advice on how to stay strong? That's my trigger word, narcissist. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me because I'm really, really trying to keep my whole life together. Encouragement to keep you strong, baby. Love yourself. I want you to know, Panda, and I really mean this. You are the center of your world. And in that world, you are the most important person. There is nobody else more important than you. If you have children, your children need you. If you have aging parents, your parents need you. You are important. You are the most important person. You are the nucleus to the entire cell. And I need for you to understand your strength and your power. And I need for you to understand who you are, my love. It doesn't matter what they did, who they were. It doesn't matter. What matters now is that you broke up with somebody who did not have the capacity to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, period. And we're going to stick a pin in that. Because no matter who they are, no matter what they've done, you have to understand your strength, your power. You have to understand that in order to walk away, sometimes it's not easy to walk away from things that don't serve us, especially when we've grown accustomed to being treated a particular way. So what you do from this day forward is honor yourself. Love yourself. Everything that you wanted to try to give to them, give it to yourself. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in this last quarter of 2025. We are reclaiming our power. We are sitting in our truth. We are no longer going to allow deceptive practices to take place in our lives. We are going to align ourselves with ourselves first before we try to do anything else for anyone else. Because unless it's your children, your parents, your siblings, people that you have a kinship with, we not doing that. We kicking the door in 2026 whole, complete, honoring ourselves, speaking truth to power, being authentic, not reducing ourselves, not shrinking ourselves, not no more. So whatever it is that happened, stand in your truth and in your power. You know who they are. You know who they are. Darlene, thank you for the share. I'm really down bad. I know you are, baby. And it's going to be all right. He's hovering so much. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Cardi B, AIDS rash. What? Okay. All right. It's okay. Leanna, thank you for the follow, baby. Panda, thank you for the follow. Yes, ma'am. Let's talk about it. Hey, Hawaii, I see you, baby. I see you, my beautiful sister. Stand in your purpose, Stony Santana. That's what I'm doing, even through the storm. Yes, yes. Thank you for the share, Sheila59. I see you. Hi, Ree babes. Thank you for the follow. Yes. Hi, hey, hello. How are you? Yes. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. Yes. I don't know if somebody hit the guest button. I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing that tonight, though, because it's going all the way down. We finna have us some fun tonight. No, I don't know you. I do not know you, Hilo. I don't remember you. Maybe should I? But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here now. Yes. And so the importance of not reducing yourself is because you need you more than you need anybody else. And you have to understand that fundamentally. Like you have to know that on a cellular level. You can't just say it. You have to know how much you need you in order for you to function. Because what I just was talking about, thank you, Malika. Thank you, baby, for the October. Thank you, my love. The thing that I need, I feel off for a couple of hours here. You feel off? I don't know what that means. You fell off for a couple of hours? Fell. You fell off. Fell. You fell off for a couple of hours. I don't know what that means either still. But the idea is that you honor yourself. The idea is that you do what you need to do for you. Now, I'm telling y'all a story about how I left myself and abandoned myself for the sake of a relationship. You said, oh my God, my spell check is tripping. Yeah, because I don't know what you're saying, Reed. I'm like, what? What? But here's the thing. I really didn't know that I was abandoning myself. Nobody taught me the rules of engagement. And it's funny because it took me to get, a little seasoned before I started to realize that as much as it was the people weren't ready for me, I wasn't ready for them. My picker was broken. And I didn't realize that my picker was broken. I didn't. I thought to myself, like, I'm making a good decisions. Okay, I like them. They like me. Like, let's, okay. So let's date. Let's go out. Like, let's have a good time. Let's talk. I'm enjoying what I thought was a great situation. And it turns out that it wasn't great at all. Right? But it was because I did not know even the first thing about what I needed for myself. And so I give myself some grace right? And I think that men and women should give themselves some grace. I honestly do, because I think at some point all of our pickers were broken. I think, like if you've been married before and you walking up on your second marriage, or you in a serious long-term relationship, this sun drives me crazy. Or you are in a serious long-term relationship, right? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put this on. I hope that helps. And you were in a serious long-term relationship before, right? And you spent 10, 15 years with somebody, and you figured to yourself, like, this is it, right? I really care about them. I know they care about me. And then I, hold on a minute, because I don't have time for no distractions. Let's do that. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're just gonna get rid of people who are not in alignment. That's what I'm talking about. We're just gonna get rid of people who are not in alignment. Period. How about that? How about that? That's what we're doing. Butterfly, I see you, baby. Thank you for the follow. Right? Right. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in 25. I mean, yeah, at the end of 25 in 2026. We're not playing no more. Like, get out of here. Stop it. You play too much. So anyway, all of the times that I allowed somebody into my life when I knew the truth about who they were, and sometimes in the beginning I didn't know because I didn't know what to look for. Thank you. Grand Rising, my gorgeous guys. May the spirit of the ancestors keep you in the back. Thank you, Chief. I see you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I believe that they are. I believe that the spirit of the ancestors is still keeping me. I really do. It's that and the Holy Spirit coupled together. I believe that that's what it is. And that's how I'm standing right now today. Truth. Truth. But you've been in a long-term relationship, and then you think about it, and you think about all of the times that you weren't in alignment with one another. Like, you like to travel, they didn't. They like to travel, and when they travel, they wanted to travel with family. You wanted to do something more romantic. You didn't mind the family, but it was always family. It was never just you. As if you and them, that alone was just not enough. Or you needed something for the house, and they were like, it's not important, even though you needed it for you, for the house, right? Like, little things were happening in the confines of the relationship, and you weren't considered. And you never quite thought about the fact that you weren't considered, but it was one little thing, and then another little thing. Wait, and then another little thing. And nothing was ever resolved. There was no real conversation. It was just like being together because it was okay, but it wasn't ever great. Thank you, Sweet Tea, for the follow. Thank you, Jamie Curry, for the follow. I appreciate you, right? Let me see. Truth will set us free with our ancestors. I say, okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, but thank you, right? Hi, Movina, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Terry. I see y'all. And so it'd be like these little things that was never resolved, but you've been in a relationship a long time. And it's many years. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of being quiet. It's a lot of unanswered, unresolved conversations and situations, but just such is life, so you just kind of keep going on. You just keep moving in that vein, and you keep moving in that vein because it's not horrible, but something inside of you is not settled, and you just keep pouring, and you just keep performing, and you says, you just keep performing, and you just keep pouring, and you just keep doing because you're comfortable. But you never get to speak your truth. You're never really fully heard. things are not resolved. And after years and years and years and years of this, you find yourself kind of starting, you probably started a long time ago, but I'm going to be gracious. You start with these microaggressions. And these microaggressions start to come up, and you know, and your partner says to you, your husband, your wife says to you, what's wrong? And you go, nothing. And you come home from work, for the men, and you go and you sit in your man cave if you got it. And you flick the TV and you're miserable because you don't think that your voice matters, because you don't feel respected, right? And it's not like you out there in the street. You just want to go to work, come home, you know, grab a beer, watch the game. But ain't nothing else really working in this relationship, because every time you say something as a man, your voice is not heard. Now, she ain't bad. Y'all better come on here with me, because I'm talking now and y'all catch the wave. She ain't bad. Y'all pay the bills. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. But you don't feel full. You don't feel satisfied. And part of it is because you're not satisfied in yourself. But the other part of it is because she doesn't know how to speak to the king in you. And so you just come home every day and you do the same things over and over and over again. And now, and so everybody, you know, I believe this, it might not be true, but, you know, people's love languages are, you know, for men, it's personal touch. That ain't working out so great either. Because there's some days that you don't feel respected, loved, and you know, like you the king of the castle, because it just ain't flowing like that and you not saying nothing. So you mute and you mad. You mute and you mad. And so you start not doing things. Like you used to go take a car to get a car vacuum out, cleaned out, take it to the car wash, do all the thing. But now you mute and you mad, right? And for ladies, what usually generally happens is you don't want to say nothing because you don't want to cause a rift. So you know that they ain't paying attention and they not giving you the attention that you need. And then now you mute and you mad. And it shows up in microaggressions. Now you're not putting love in the food that you're cooking anymore. Now, you've been doing this. You've been loving it. You've been, you know, because that's how you started out, right? Right? That's what you did. That's what you did. You know what I'm saying? Now, instead of going to bed like you desire your husband, you go into bed with pajamas, a bonnet on, and your scarf and everything wrapped up. And then you might even put on a house coat because you don't feel like being bothered, because you don't feel respected. You don't feel loved. You don't feel cared for, right? Same thing. Now you mute and you mad. But ain't nobody tell you to be mute, but you was always taught just to be quiet, just to be still, just to keep the peace, just to do that. And what you've done from the beginning of the relationship, because somebody told you wrong, somebody told you don't speak your truth, right? And they didn't tell you that literally, but they were saying, oh, you don't have to make a big fuss. Pick and choose your battles. You don't got to argue about everything. Just leave it alone. You know, you ain't got to say, and I promise you that when you silence your voice in your relationships, you're committing violence against your relationship. I need for you to understand that, because what happens is when you don't open up your mouth, when you don't set the tone, when you're not honest, when you're not open, when you're not transparent, when you're not being your authentic self, when you're not speaking your truth, it sends your relationship on a downward spiral. But it's a slow, methodical, I need for y'all to hear me, a slow, methodical move in that direction. It doesn't happen all at once. Just like you don't slip slide into greatness, you know, at one time, you know, it's not linear. It just doesn't go all the way up. It is you making a decision that you want to create something good, right? It's you making a decision. It's you saying, I'm making a decision that I want to have a healthy relationship, right? And so when you begin to make that decision, you have to clear out the old stuff. You have to work on your healing. You can be in a whole relationship, be all the way married, and say, listen, baby, we need to come to the table and we need to talk, right? We're going to shift this now. We're going to change things. I don't like the way things are going, baby. Are you satisfied with the way that our relationship is going? And if not, let me just say, can we change it? Is there something that we can do as a unit, moving side by side with one another to change the dynamics of what we see going on? Because I'm not happy and you don't even look happy. So can we be honest about what's actually happening here? And then when we meet people, we're so busy trying to be cute in the beginning, both the man and the woman. The man got to perform. He gonna pull out his wallet. He finna take you to Ruth Chris for a steak dinner, or the W or whatever, all these big time steakhouses. He wants to impress you, so he starts performing. He starts doing all of the things, right? And not realizing that if he doesn't keep this up, that's going to present a whole different problem for y'all. If you understand what I'm saying. Hey, Kelly, I see you, baby. I see you. Hey, Dr. Yolanda, I see you, my love. I see you. I see you. How y'all doing? Listen, not even understanding that it presents, thank you for the daily heart, me, sweetheart, thank you. Not even recognizing that it presents a whole different level of problems when you first get into a relationship and you're in the relationship and you're not speaking your truth. Come on now. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, the October. Thank you. Tapping is clapping. Thank you, Dr. Yolanda. I see you. Right? And so if we're not going to be authentic or real in the beginning, which is the time to do all of that, because if somebody's not going to like you or not get along with you or not care about you, hear me when I tell you this part. It's important to know that in the early stages before you start getting emotionally and mentally involved and tied and connected to somebody who don't have the capacity to treat you well. They got to know what your non-negotiables are from the beginning. And not in a harsh way, but from a place of love. This is what love looks like to me. But the issue is, what does love look like to you? What does it look like? No. For real. No. I'm asking a question. Because I want to know the answer. What does love really look like to you? Y'all can write it in your journal, however it is that you need to do it, right? But what does love look like to you? Because this is important. And you got to know that you know what you know. Thank you, Coach Chantel. Thank you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart me. I know Peaches had me on there singing, girl. I was on there singing. I'm glad it wasn't a lot of people in the room. I was on here singing. I was on the live singing. I'm like, girl, you play too much. You play way too much. Thank you for the follow, Boo Rasta. I see you. Thank you for the follow, Unbothered. I see you. I love that, Unbothered. Unbothered. I love it. Yes, we're going to be unbothered. Yes, I love that. Right? So thank you, Coach Chantal. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. So I want, because the question now is, what does love look like to you? That's what the Marshalltown. I see you. Welcome. And thank you for the follow. I see you. What does it look like to you? What's the personification of love? Because I checked, right? Because I checked. It doesn't look like hiding. Now hiding is something that you could do. But it doesn't look like hiding. Right? Hey, Nikki, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you welcoming. Can y'all start welcoming everybody? Y'all are following, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing and dope. I thank you for being in the room, because you can choose to be anywhere on TikTok that you want to be, but you came in here, and the room is flowing. I thank you. Thank you, boss lady, for the follow. Now, if y'all could share this live, oh, you said my energy is dope. You know, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, right? But it's important to ask yourself that question. It's important. I know love is different from me. My wife passed away last year. I'm taking time for me. Yes. Yes, that's good. And my deepest condolences to you. Workout King. My deepest condolences. It's a difficult season. It's a difficult place to be. And you have my deepest condolences. Your insight is on point. God is on point because he's the one who sent me. I promise you. And I thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. I really do. Bella Noah, thank you for the follow. Can y'all welcome Bella Noah into the room? Nona into the room. Can y'all welcome her into the room? Thank you. I love y'all so much. Y'all bless my heart in ways that y'all can't even fathom. And I'm not going to cry today. I'm not doing it. Y'all play too much. I told y'all I have thuggish tendencies and thugs don't cry. Thugs don't cry. Y'all ain't gonna have me crying, but I'm telling you, I love y'all so much. Y'all are an amazing group of people, and I am blessed to have y'all in my life. All of y'all. Even if you're new in the room, I am blessed. Yes. So the question is, what does love look like? What? Sassafras. I see you, baby. I like that sassafras. That's cute. Okay. What does love look like to you? What does it look like? I'm still asking the question because it doesn't matter what the situation was. I need for you to grab a hold of what love looked like to you. What does it look like? Right? Because once you understand what it looks like, and then you begin to pour that into yourself first, it is an imperative that you get into alignment with you before you get into alignment with anyone else. It is an imperative. Thank you, October, for the thank you, Hawaii, for the October. Thank you, my love. Hi, it looks like to me, two people communicating with love. No. That's not the question. What does it look like to you? What does love look like to you? Does it look soft? Is it kind? I didn't want to lead. That's why I kept asking the question. I don't want to lead you. What does love look like to you? And it's individual. You know, it's an individual situation. Hey, God's favor, thank you for the follow. It looks respectful. Yes. Yes. It looks respectful. I didn't want to lead because I want y'all to tell me in the chat. Just one word. You don't have to write a sentence or a paragraph. No. What does it look like? Tender. Yes, I love that, Paj. Yes, it looks like grace. Yes. Thank you, Lewis, for the follow. It looks like trust. It looks like peace. It looks gracious. Yes. It looks like aligned values, kindness, and acceptance of flaws. Nobody is perfect. Peaceful, consistency. To me, it looks like patience and kindness, respect and tenderness. Yes. I love all of that. Being chosen daily. Yep. Love it. I love it. Anybody else holding holy boundaries? Yes. Yes. I love it. What else does it look like? Anybody else? Y'all want to comment? It's 126 people. Close your eyes and use your imagination. Yes, Dr. Yolanda. Thank you for that. Anybody else got, like, what does it look like to you? Thank you, Malika. Thank you, baby. Okay, I made my live go. Let's go. Yes, y'all. And tapping is clapping. I appreciate y'all connection effortless. Yes. Yes, I love that. I love you. Thank you, Cookie, for the follow. Always being uplifting to one another. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Chantel Cookie James at Kim Love Jones. Hey, I see you. I see you. Welcome in, welcome in. If you new, drop new in the chat for me so we can welcome you into the room properly. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read what y'all put in the chat, right? I want to do this because I want y'all communication, two people communicating with love. Yeah. Okay, so communication is important, right? For better or for worse, you will be there for each other. Now, what I want you to do is every word that y'all dropped, I'm going to drop it back to you. Respectful, pour it into yourself. Respect yourself. Tender, be tender with yourself. Grace, give yourself grace. Trust, learn to trust yourself. Peace, give yourself that peace. Gracious, give yourself graciousness. Align value, align with yourself. Be kind. Accept that you are flawed and still beautiful. Accept that you are flawed and still handsome. Accept that you don't have it all together, and that through life you're growing into a better version of yourself. That's what I want you to do. Consistency. I want you to be consistent with yourself. Patience and kindness. I want you to be patient with yourself and be kind with yourself. I want you to respect yourself and be tender with yourself. I want you to give yourself some grace. Being chosen daily. I want you to choose yourself daily. I want you to have holy boundaries for yourself. I need for you to use your imagination. I need for you to connect with yourself, to understand yourself better. I want you for your life to be effortless, right? That you would move with grace and peace everywhere that you go. I want you to lift yourself up, to encourage yourself, to support yourself, to pour in to yourself. This is what I want you to do. I'm telling you, anxious mom, thank you for the follow, my love. King B, thank you for the follow. It can look good, but I'm more concerned with how it feels these days. No, your feelings will always get you jacked up. I needed to stick a pin right here in that. I need to stick a Terry, the creative one. I see you, baby. And I'm going to tell you something. Your feelings will always get you messed up. I promise you it will. Because some days you feel like a nut and then other days you don't, right? So I need you not to hang on to your feelings. I need you to hang on to the facts, because the facts is what's going to set you free. And as you evolve and as you learn and as you grow, it is going to be the facts that sustain you, not your feelings. Your feelings could be one way one day and the next day all jacked up. Hold on a second. It can look good. Okay. So beautiful. Yes, new. Unbothered is new. Let's welcome Unbothered, Anxious Mom, Terry Creative One, Sassafras, King B, Glow Up, new. I see y'all. I see you, Riri. I see you, Cookie. I see you, Chrissy. Christy. Yes, I see y'all. Thank y'all for coming in the room. Ashley, I see you. Patty, I see you. Thank you for the follow, Jennifer. She's bulletproof. I know that's right, baby. You better go ahead on with that. Look at Dewana, my sister, from another mister. Love you. 2 V's. I love you, baby. Welcome in. You better preach, sweet tea. I see y'all. She speaks. Thank you for the follow, my love. It feels like God is speaking through you to me. I struggle to be kind to myself in any capacity. You know what? And that's a real thing. That's why I'm telling you to pour it into yourself, baby. That's exactly why I'm telling you to pour it into yourself, because it's a real thing. It is a real thing. Like, we give so much to everybody else and we abandon ourselves. We need ourselves more than anybody else. We need ourselves to be front and center for us before we can pour into anyone else. This is important because you have to give and pour into yourself, and you have to pay attention to what you need, what you want, and what you desire for your life. It doesn't work any other way. I promise you it don't. Pop, lock, and drop it. I know that's right. That's what I'm doing right now. Popping and locking and dropping. Boss lady is new. There you go. Anxious mom, trust your gut always. Yes, feelings will mess you up. Absolutely they will. They always do. See, you know what I'm saying? You know how people say I'm catching flights, not getting feelings, right? Because we need to be consciously aware of what we doing. Riri says, I'm trying to love myself again since the passing of my mom, brother, and grandma. It's been hard. I don't see your whole comment. It's been hard. Let me see. Let me tell you first, Riri, let me say this to you, baby. First of all, my deepest condolences. But your mom, your brother, and your grandmother want you to live your life full out. And in fact, one of my sisters right here just sent me something, Dewana, about grief that's coming up tomorrow. Dewana, can you reach out to Riri and send her the information? Dewana, I know you're still in here, my love. We need to deal with some stuff. Dropping the Almond Joy commercial, that's fantastic. Because Almond Joy's got nuts and Miles don't. Because y'all, I'm so silly. Y'all will find that hilariously. I think I'm so funny. First of all, I am hilarious. Just so y'all know, right? The facts will set you free. Yes. Yes. Dewana, can you drop that? Hey, sis, look at Dr. Pamela Brown Green up in the building. Hey, my love, I see you. That's my sister from another mister. I see you, my love. I see you. How are you? Yes. Hello, Ladybug. I see you. The facts, okay, noted. Yes, I'm trying to love myself again since the passing of my... Yes, okay, all right, now I see it. Thank you for this session. I needed it. I ain't done yet, baby. I'm just getting started. It's been hard for me, yes. I'm sure it has been. That's a very difficult place to be. Artella, thank you for the follow, my love. I appreciate you. Dewana Agnew, thank you, baby. I see you and thank you for the follow. Thank you for the heart me. Nika Grace, my sister. I love you, Nika. Thank you for the popular vote, my love. I'm going to DM you the information. Okay. Right. Hey, Deidre. Hi. How are you? Thank you for coming into the room. I see you. I've been missing you the last couple of days. Yes. Good afternoon. Hey, Faith. Thank you for the follow. Nate, thank you for the follow. Thank you for reposting Sassafras. I see you, baby. Nika Grace is sharing out the live, and I'm just getting started. I promise y'all I am. God is all over me, first of all. He all over me right now. I'm telling you, I need for you to understand what self-abandonment looks like. Every time you quieted your voice for the sake of. Every time you didn't speak your truth. Every time you didn't operate in the ways in which God wanted you to operate. Every time that you lowered or diminished yourself for the sake of somebody else. Hear me when I tell you, thank you, Deidre. I appreciate the heart props, my love. Every time you did that, every single time, without fail, you let yourself down. You let yourself down. You have to encourage yourself. Everything that you want to pour into someone else, you have to pour it into you. I mean, this is so incredibly important because we want to win. And in order to win, you got to start with you first. You got to start with what you need in mind. And consequently, let me just say this, sidebar, not a super sidebar, but a sidebar. Let me just say this. You need you more than anybody else. But check this out. The way that we move needs to be in alignment with the will of God, with right relationship, right? Because it doesn't work any other way. And I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all, I'm going to reset my goal because y'all helped me to complete the goal. And what I'm going to do is, can y'all drop some hearts in the comments for me while I do this? I'm just going to reset the goal. Just going to reset it. I'm going to do my donuts because I like, oh, no, you know what? Let's do some pumpkin lattes. Let's do that. Let's do some pumpkin lattes. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be in alignment with God in order for you hold on. Okay. All right. In order for you to understand how important you are. Promise. I'm not making this up. Right? So I wanted to stop right there. Hey Stacy, thank you for the follow, my love. I appreciate you. Right? Let's talk about what self-abandonment looks like, right, in relationships. You stop asking for what you need because you don't want to start drama. You agree to things that go against your values just to feel wanted or to avoid conflict. Britt, thank you for the follow, baby. Thank you. You sacrifice your dreams, friendship, peace, or your boundaries bit by bit. Can I tell you, because I want to kind of lean into that just a smidgen. You know the enemy does not come in roaring like a lion, but the enemy comes in as gentle as a lamb. And what it does is, sin looks like this. Okay, I'm just gonna have one drink, and I'm not against drinking, so please don't mistake what I'm saying. I'm just gonna have one drink. No. And then it's like, oh, it really wasn't an issue. So next time I'm gonna have two. And you don't even realize how you're getting to the point. Now you done had three. You're not a drinker, but you done had three. Now you can't drive home. And it's a slow erosion. It doesn't happen all overnight. It doesn't happen all at once. Right? Because there's a certain level of comfortability that you got to have in that in order for you to continue to do something that is out of alignment with who you are and what you want. So you get into a relationship, right? And they don't tell you all at once that I want you to do X, Y, and Z. No, they don't do that all at once. It's a slow erosion, and you've been taught to perform for the relationship, for the men, and for the women, you have been taught to just be quiet and don't make a fuss about anything, because ladies don't make fusses. You like them, you begin to like them so much when you're dating and you're enjoying their company that you're afraid that if you say any one little thing about anything, that at some point they're gonna walk away. Thank you, Tracy. I see you, baby. I see you coming up in here, sis. Thank you for the heart me. Like for real. No, for real. Like now, you start to say, well, I don't want to say nothing because, he good to me. She's good to me. She always makes sure I have this, and this. I ain't going to say, no, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it rock. No, it's slowly, it's eroding at who you are. Slowly. And before you know it, you're doing the most for people. I just want to make sure okay, so Riri, my sister Dewana sent you a message in your inbox about the grieving for tomorrow. And in order for you, I don't know, I think you might have to accept her friend request or something, or allow her to follow you in order for you to get the message. Well, check your message request, because in order for you to get it, you have to be connected to her, right? April, thank you, baby, for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay, she got it. Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. Right? And before you know it, you're slip sliding into an area that you don't even recognize. And we've been taught to just pour, to nurture, to love, to just continuously give. Men have been taught to perform for the love of a woman. And we are all out of balance because ain't nobody. Thank you, baby, for the hand heart. Thank you, Tracy. I see you. And so you begin to lose yourself just to have somebody that probably doesn't appreciate you or value you. And people definitely will not value you or appreciate you if you don't speak your truth. I'm telling you right now, that your silence in the relationship is violence because you trying to play nice and you start to abandon yourself as a direct result of you trying to play nice so somebody will love you? No, if they are going to love you, they're going to love all of you. That's why it doesn't make, y'all see how I am now, right? Okay, first of all, I'm not like this all the time. I'm really quiet. Y'all wouldn't believe that, but I really am. And I kind of like do a lot of reading. I'm kind of a nerd and I'm kind of corny, right? And I love that part about me because I'm like an onion. I got layers, right? But a lot of people think I'm like this all the time. And the truth of the matter is I'm not. You understand? I'm not. I love my peace. I love. So the reason why I'm saying is because if you can get past this realness, this level of me, this is probably as rich as it gets. Because I don't run around. Like, I'm not, like, I'm quiet. And so you might, if you came to stay with me for a week, you might say something wrong with her. Because every time I see her, she's just this live wire. Because I'm here and I'm talking to you. But then there's another part of me. So I always lead with this side of myself. The side that can have a conversation. I know I'm intelligent. I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. I always lead with this. Because if you can deal with this side of me, and I'm authentically showing up, because this is very much a part of who I am, it's just that I'm not on 10 all the time. If you can deal with this part of me, you can deal with every other part of me. And so I'm comfortable enough in my own skin. I sit in my truth and in my power. And if you can deal with me sitting in my truth and being open, authentic, transparent, and real, then you can deal with any other part of me. But I'm not going to hide who I am to appease you. If I want to eat the steak when I go out to dinner, I'm eating the steak. I'm not going to eat the salad to try to be cute. No. Because if you can get past the kind of like the thuggish tendency part of me, if you can get past this part, if you like who I am and how I render and how I show up, I need you to see this side is what I would consider like the wild side. It's not, but if you had to, put it, listen, if you could do this, then we got it. We got it. Right? April, right. I love that. April, I love it. April, I love it. You better say so, honey. Keep it real. Okay, that part. The reason why this is important is because you shouldn't be hiding any parts of yourself from anybody who's really, truly interested in you. Because you need them to know who you are. Oh, I met my goal again. Okay, thank you. Y'all are so amazing. Okay, can y'all drop some hearts in the chat while I change the goal? I'm going to change it again. Drop some hearts in the chat for me. Drop them in the chat. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. Thank you for the heart, me. I don't know who sent it. Hold on a minute. Thank you for the heart, me. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Because if you begin to really, truly understand, and I'm not trying to be funny, if you begin to understand that when you sit in your power and you show up authentically and you're not hiding, and do you understand how people will love the real, authentic you? Like, we don't want to have the posture of hiding who we are to appease somebody, to get somebody to like us. No. Either you love this fire that's right or shut up in my bones. You either love it or you don't. I have a job to do. I'm here on assignment. And you are here on assignment as well, whether you recognize that or not. Thank you, Deidre. And if you keep silencing your own voice, stifling your growth, like, how do you expect for that to work out for you in a relationship? It doesn't. That's why we have to show up and be our authentic selves. People be like, men say this all the time, because men, real talk, can I tell y'all how they really don't want women to change? They really don't want women to change. That when they meet you, they want you to stay the same. They want you to be fly. They want you to keep it together. They want you to be sexy. Oops, smexy. They want you to be, all the things, right? Hey, H, I see you, baby. How are you? I see you. Yes, I see you. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, right? Men never want women to change. They don't. They just don't want you to change. But women, on the other hand, are always looking for men to change. Right? Men are like, stay right, let's stay just like that because I need you like that. So if you meet them and you hide parts of yourself from them, is that honoring who you are? Oh, so you don't want them to get to know you. Why? Because you feel like the real you ain't enough? No, baby, you more than enough. And the minute we start being authentic and real and transparent about who we are, we start to attract the people who are in alignment with us, who has the capacity to handle us in our full regalia. I don't have to put on airs. This is who I is. I remember one time I was on a prayer call and I was being funny because y'all know sometimes I talk in slang, right? Not because I don't have a vocabulary, but because sometimes I feel like it, right? And somebody called me up on the phone after the prayer call, and they said to me, Kim, do you realize, because I heard you say that when you say I bees, I heard you say, like, I bees, and you said I bees is ghetto, and I just forgive you. But did you realize that when you say I be, that sounds the same? It's still, and I said, girl, if you don't get off my phone with this foolishness, I said, honey, let me tell you something. I am from New York, and my girlfriends in Brooklyn would eat you up. We just got flavor, and you don't understand it. That's all that is. It doesn't mean that I lack intellect. I know how to conjugate my verbs. But I speak the way that I want to speak because that's what I feel like doing. But you see, you can have flavor, you can show up and be authentically you, and you don't have to hide parts of yourself because other people don't get you. All that's important is that you get you, is that you sit in who you are, in your authentic self. That's all that means. Thank you sincerely for the October. That's all it means. Sincerely, you knew. No, you not. You've been here. You've been MIA. That's what's happened. It's called dialect, right? Because when I say something crazy like I'm finna go, people say, Kim, you from down south? They always ask me that. I said, no, but my roots are southern because my mother was. And all my aunties. So I switch. I'm telling you, it's interchangeable. It depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes it just comes up and it comes out because I was raised by a mother who was from Georgia, who was born in Georgia. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, of course it comes out of me. Yeah, a code switch, right. But it doesn't mean, but all of that is who I am, right? I don't have to hide any parts of myself. I could say I be's, because I be going, and still be intelligent, right? Depends on who you're talking to. But all of that is who I am, and I love who I am. And once you fall in love with yourself, not from a selfish perspective, but from understanding who you are and from whom you come, you show up, you render differently because you're not afraid to be who you are. And it makes for a better situation when you're meeting someone and you're going out and you're dating. If you laugh loud, then laugh loud. If that's who you are, right? And I'm not saying be in a restaurant doing something unseemly or you know what I mean? Because we do want to know how to conduct ourselves, right? But you shouldn't be afraid to show the person that you're with who you are. And then there's other times, believe it or not, y'all, I don't talk above a whisper. Now, I know that might bake y'all noodle listening to me right now. But it depends on what I'm doing, where I'm at. If I'm outside and I'm with my man, oh, I'm not talking loud at all. He got to lean in to hear me. You understand? Melody, thank you so much for the Octobers. Thank you, baby. Yes. Then you are descended from a group of people whose roots are in Bahamas. Really? Is that right, Graphics? I didn't know that. All I'm telling you is to stop being scared. That's all I'm telling you. I'm just telling you to stop hiding. Thank you sincerely for sharing out the live. I appreciate you. Look it up. Okay, I will. I will. That's so funny because everybody be asking me if I'm from the islands. I'm like, no, I don't know that, but I'm gonna look that up. Thank you sincerely. Thank you for the confetti. Thank you so much, baby. But y'all get what I'm saying? So I'm no longer going to abandon myself. In fact, I've fallen in love with myself. And anybody who's going to be in my life would have to understand that that's how I like to be treated. I like to be treated well because I treat myself well. That part. Right? Let's talk about why we shrink ourselves. I want to get to this. Usually I'll be done covered everything before I even get to my notes. But part of the reason why we shrink ourselves is because of childhood conditioning. Because of the dysfunction that we saw, because our parents told us to be quiet and not speak up and not say anything. And the other part of it is fear of abandonment or rejection, right? Because we think if we say something, they're going to abandon us or they're going to reject us or they're not going to want us. And thank you for the club cheers. Thank you for the popular vote. Why? That started when I was a child. Gen X need, I say more, laugh out loud. Right. We weren't able to speak our mind. Are you kidding me? Like, if you don't go somewhere and go sit down, stay out of grown folk business and all the stuff and go in the room and go play with the kids and you weren't, that whole thing. And then the other part of why we shrink ourselves is because we normalize dysfunction. That's dysfunctional, to shrink yourself. And sometimes we call it passion. In a situation where we like each other, but I'm not ready for a relationship. Nye, what are you saying? Why? Okay, Nye. In a situation where we like each other, but I'm not ready for a relationship, the love, sweetness, and gentleness in your voice is everything. I need it right now. Oh, thank you so much, Gabrielle. Thank you, baby. Fred said, come on now. Oh, gosh, look at all of these comments that are being hidden. Listen, Dr. Grenion said, girl, the hair is hairing. Who got a meeting? Wait a minute, y'all. Somebody said they got a meeting. Oh, Malika. Malika has a meeting. She said she's going to see me tonight. Hey, sis. I see you, sis. How are you? I love you. I ain't talked to mine today. I got to call her when I get off here. Because I have not spoken to her today. And I got to holler at her and see how she doing. Right? Believing. The reason why we shrink ourselves. The other reason is believing that being chosen is more important than being seen. I'm going to say that again. Because somewhere inside of us, we believe that being chosen is more important than being seen. Hey, Stacy, I see you, my love. How are you, sis? I see you. So you said, ooh, wee. Patty Cake said, ooh, wee. Hey, baby, Patty Cakes, I didn't even know you was in here, my love. How are you? How are you? I see you. Yes. Do you know how difficult this healing process is? I tell people all the time, like, I used to believe that healing was just journaling and affirmations and journal prompts and all that. No, sometimes healing is tears. It's really facing yourself where you haven't been able to face yourself before. is speaking your truth. Healing, the beginning of the healing work is painful, but it is necessary. You're doing my language, sis. That's been me for a long time. Yes. The water, oh, she's saying hi to, oh, okay, to sincerely, yes. It's so hard sometimes to speak your truth, to have the courage to speak your truth. It's sometimes hard for you to talk to yourself about what you've allowed in your life and to deal with it head on, face on. In fact, I know that I am not for everybody. I'm just going to reset the room, but with purpose. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I have been coaching for the last 15 years. Men and women, to help them get to the love that they deserve and desire. And I used to talk about like the 7 ways to meet your soulmate and all of these other things that people wanted to do, you know, because it's catchy, because it's what people wanted to hear. Well now, all I want to do is talk about healing, because we can't get to meeting the right person for us if we don't work on our healing, if we don't honor ourselves. Because what happens when we meet the next person, if we're not in our own truth, if we're not honoring ourselves, is we will get into that new relationship with some set of what we call boundaries. And we will say in that new relationship, I'm not going to do this, and this prior to meeting them. You get into the relationship, you tell the potential partner all the things that are your deal breakers and your non-negotiables, right? And you're open and you're honest because you're trying to do this healing piece. And then you get into the next relationship, and in 3 months you've abandoned everything that you said to yourself. And you wonder now why the relationship doesn't work. And it's because you slid right back into behaviors that weren't helping you to begin with. And Mikandia, okay, I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name. I will mess up a name in a minute. I'm sorry. But what you're saying, my love, is you're saying, and I get it, and I get it, and I get it, I get it. So that's painful because he went and did something with somebody else 5 months after. Like, it's difficult for men. That's all I'm gonna say. But the word, the operative word there was your ex. They were already your ex. And we holding on. And we need to be finding ourselves. Because they're an ex for a reason. Here's the deal. We get in 3 or 4 months into this relationship, and some of the same things start to break out in us, right? A breakout in that relationship that was happening in other relationships, and you're saying to yourself, well, heck, I met the same person all over again. Like, I keep meeting the same person all over. Like, they're starting to exhibit the behavior of my previous relationship. And we never consider the fact that people treat you the way that you treat yourself. We never consider that. You know this. Let me get y'all this. Now, stick a pin in this right here. You know that when you meet somebody that is emotionally unavailable, right? And you can feel that their energy is not for you. they're not coming out of the gate swinging, or they may come out and be a little aggressive in the beginning, but then you notice something shift in them and you realize that they begin to like kind of slowly pull back because they weren't ready for, but that wasn't alarming to you. Part of the reason why it's not alarming to you is because you yourself are emotionally unavailable. I'm trying to help y'all today. Listen, you think that you've escaped something because you went to the next person, except that wherever you go, there you are. And if your behavior never shifted, your behavior, we're not talking about nobody else, you can expect to get the same thing from the next person because you started to abandon yourself again. Because you thought, all I have to do is perform. They're gonna love me. Because if I just lead with my wallet and I buy them everything that they desire, then that's going to create this dynamic relationship. I'm talking to my brothers. But it takes you to shift how you deal with people and to create space, a safe space, to make her feel safe. So even if she is emotionally unavailable, you will melt that away in her because you said until they don't. I don't understand what that is. I might have said something and I'm not following. Fred, can you give me some more, right? The reality of the situation is that you thought like we was Gucci, but what she really needed was not your money. She needed your time and your attention. She needed you to be able to love her. And while the gifts are nice, that cannot be the whole of what you're serving in that relationship, because somebody told you you had to perform. Somebody told you you didn't need to show up and lean in and create space and create a safe space for her. No. Somebody told you that if you just, make sure you take care of these women, get your body right, go to the gym, get that six pack. If you do blah, 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 you was going to be Gucci. You didn't anticipate that you needed to be emotionally available to her and her to you. So now, in a real way, you getting as good as you giving. And you can't figure out like why this ain't working. All of these women, they off the hook. They off the chain. But wait, let me flip the script on that. Let me flip that on his head. Sugar, I see you, baby, and thank you for the follow. I see you. Y'all welcome Sugar into the room. Welcome Sugar into the room. Now let's flip it on the other side. And then women don't realize that they're carrying a lot of the baggage and all of the stuff. So they get into the relationship and they think this is going to be amazing. Okay, I got a guy who's kind, who's loving, who's whatever, and they just want to love on me, and then you ain't willing to give nothing because every time you gave, somebody broke your heart. You need to work on your healing. So you think you can come into the relationship and be emotionally unavailable. But all you're sending, the signal and the energy that you're sending out, because you cute, you fine, you beautiful, you're intelligent, you got it going on, you got a fatty, like the dudes are loving you. But that's all that you are because you haven't allowed yourself to give any more of yourself to anyone. You know what's crazy? Like people be giving their body to people, swapping fluids and all of that, but never really give them their heart or their mind. It astounds me. It's astounding. And primarily that's because there's a lot of pain caught up in all of that. There's a lot of pain in that. And you know how we can fake the funk for a little while? Like you can do this for 2-3 months, yeah. Stick your chest out and you feel real big, right? Yeah, no, because we all did it. We do it. But when the rubber meets the road, when we get in the thick of it, what are you made out of? Because the truth is that a lot of what we go through in relationship is just a wash, rinse, and repeat of behavior, right? That we displayed in the last relationship. And we can fake the funk for a couple of months. But then you start to get triggered. And not all the time because a person is bad, but sometimes you think, like, I've never seen anybody be this cool before. Like, something must be wrong. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the reason why you feel like that is because you don't believe that anybody can love you. And so you get in and you fake the funk and you do what you do and you perform and you pour and you pour and you abandon yourself. And then you expect for other people not to abandon you when you abandon yourself. How does that work? Now, I'm just saying, because it's a cost to all of this. And love shouldn't require you to lose yourself in order to have it. Ever. And in fact, love doesn't require that. Love opens up her arms with your flawed self and accepts you. And I know that a lot of people, hi Sonia, thank you for the follow, my love. Thank you, thank you. I know that a lot of people don't understand that. But there is a cost to abandoning yourself and losing yourself for the sake of somebody else. There is a cost for lowering your voice, for quieting down, for shrinking yourself to just to be in a relationship. You end up not even liking who you are becoming. And you can't tell me that you can get to healthy and happy the whole time abandoning yourself. No, because then you're going to be microaggressive. And then it's going to turn into macro aggression. That's the truth. That's the truth. The cost of losing yourself, right? You lose trust in your own voice. That's crazy. You become anxious, resentful, emotionally disconnected. You no longer want, need, or believe in other people. And eventually the love you fought so hard for, it still doesn't feel safe. Hey, Bashan, I see you, baby. Hey, Mickey Lee. I knew I was going to mess it up, but hey, sis, I see you. Welcome in. Bashan, I see you, baby. How are you, my love? I see you. You understand? Sash. Hey, Divine Fire. I see you, baby. How do we stop this cycle? Jay Bird, I'm just getting ready to go there right now. Thank you. I didn't even know you was in the room. But hello. Welcome in. Y'all welcome Jay Bird into the room. What y'all, where Jay Bird at? Peaches, I see. Peaches, you had me singing on your live. Peaches. Peaches, you know I love you. I was singing on your live. Peaches, I love you. Listen, I'm going to pin Jay Bird. How do we stop this cycle? Y'all, first of all, I want y'all to welcome Jay Bird in. I want y'all to welcome Jay Bird into the room. Peaches, how you have me singing in your live? You know what, Peaches? You know I love you. Hey, Pring, how is your sister, my love? How is your sister? And if all of y'all could do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, I have a whole night crew that comes on because I come back at 8:30. If you haven't given your daily heart me, can you give your daily heart me now? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, look at that. Look at how dope we are. So how do we break the cycle? Here are 5 things that you can do to reclaim yourself. Thank you, Peaches. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for the daily heart me's. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I've been it hasn't been working out so good. Yes, that's what we do up in here. We welcome. We welcome. And I appreciate anybody for clapping. For tapping the screen, for the popular votes, for the gifts that you guys have been giving. Like, everything. Like, y'all are amazing. Thank you, Mira. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I really do. Patty Cakes, thank you for the popular votes, my love. Thank you. y'all don't know how blessed I really feel to be able to be in this space with y'all. I really, really am blessed. There's not another culture like TikTok. Like, we have other social media platforms, but there's not another platform like TikTok. It's just not. Right? None of them are this way. Thank you, Pishan. Thank you, baby. And how grateful I am to be a part. For God to have sent me to this place. Because I've been doing what I've been doing for 15 years. Hey, Fly Girl, I see you, baby. Hey, Dickerson, I see you. Thank you for the heart me. Can y'all welcome Dickerson into the room? Because he's new. At least I like to think so. I'm not 100% sure. Thank you. But I wouldn't have met you all had it not been for TikTok. I wouldn't have. And I've been on other social media platforms for years. And I thank God for TikTok. And so when you send in your daily heart me, or you tap on the screen, or you comment, or you do anything, I'm appreciative, because TikTok built this platform and they want creators to do what creators do. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, baby. Can y'all welcome Connie into the room? Connie is new. Can y'all welcome, right? And so I feel blessed, because I wouldn't know Peaches. I wouldn't know my sweetie Peaches. I wouldn't know her. And so I appreciate what you do. But the daily heart me, when I meet the goals and all of the different things, what TikTok does is pushes my live out to more people, which gives me the opportunity to reach more people, right? So the daily heart me is 1 penny, and I get it. Everybody doesn't have coins on their account, so that's not an issue for me. I love y'all, and I'm gonna do what God sent me to do, whether y'all send me a gift or not. But I just want my room to be pushed out more, and that requires, if I could be honest, the daily heart me's, the popular votes, and all the things that TikTok asked us to do, even setting the goals, right? They're not asking us to set, and the more we do, the more they push the room out. And the more people I get to be a blessing to. Now, everybody is not going to jive with me, because in my room, I'm talking about healing. And can I tell y'all something on the low? Everybody can't handle this body of work. Because the things that I'm talking about, and I didn't forget what you were saying, the question you asked, right? How do you get away from, how do you reclaim yourself, right? I remembered, but I wanted to say this. What I do, the work that I do, and the things that I talk about in this room are not for people who are faint at heart, because this is hard work. And people that come into my room every day, right, it's cycles, it's breakthroughs happening. Patty, I see you. Patty Cakes. If you don't come in this room on a regular basis unless you want healing. And I'm here for all of the questions and to do whatever it is I can do to help anybody that I can help. But also, the only thing that's going to help you is you, and you have to want it so much that you want to change your life. I offer to everybody my Unlocking Your Love community. It is a community where we grow together, where we're working through the hard stuff together on a deeper level. But in order for you to be a part of that, there's a link in my bio that you have to click in order to become a part of my Unlocking Your Love community. But regardless to what you do, I'm going to be here, because this is where God sent me to make a difference. And so I'm here, y'all. So let's talk about the 5 steps to reclaim yourself. Can you be honest with yourself? This is the very first step. You got to tell the truth to yourself. You have to name the thing that you gave up on. You have to be honest about what you want and what you need. And you got to tell the truth. So you have to acknowledge what has happened in your life. You can't skate over it. You can't act like it didn't happen. You can't act like you didn't, like you were oblivious to what happened. There's a reason why you're in pain. What caused you the pain? Because now what we're talking about is getting real honest with ourselves and telling ourselves the truth. That's why I stopped and said what I said. This room is for those who are ready to change their lives, to have a breakthrough, right? Thank you, Ricky, for the follow. I appreciate you. So it requires us to sometimes take a look at ourselves and what we've allowed. God bless you for preaching the world of God. The word of God. I really am. Whether people know it or not, without me quoting scriptures, because I don't be trying to be deep. Thank you, Dickerson, for the cord. Thank you. I needed that in my life. And the heart pop, and I love you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But the reason why this is important is because until you can tell yourself the truth and face yourself, you can't change anything. You can't change anything. You have to be honest with yourself. That's the first thing. The second step is to validate your needs. I was coaching this guy one time. He had broken up with this girl, with this woman. She was cool. But she never met his need. And she told him in the beginning of their relationship, I'm not changing my life for you. And he kept going because he really dug her. He thought she was dope. She was a high-powered sister. And after I got to know her, because both of them ended up coming to me for a coaching session or whatever. And he cheated. Let's just say that he cheated. Okay, because I need to put that out there so that makes sense. And she caught him, but I knew the whole story kind of, because they both sat down and talked to me and told me the whole story, not every blow by blow. But what ended up happening was, after he did all of that, I asked him a series of questions. I said, let me ask you something. When she told you that she wasn't changing her life for you, and she didn't make time for him, like at all, her job was more important, she didn't care, he wanted to marry her, I mean, he was really ready to do the whole kit and caboodle. And she said, I told him, and she told me this in the sessions, a couple of sessions, I'm not changing anything in my life for him. I was like, well, wait. So when he told me, like he would call her, she was like, I can't talk to you now. What he needed versus what she was given was not even in alignment. So I had a conversation with him privately, but still on the clock. I said to him, did you ever get what you needed from her? He was like, well, to a degree, yes, but I said, no, what you needed. What you needed. Never mind the relationship and all the other things, the little things that come with that. What were you missing? Where was the disconnect? Why did you go? He said, Kim, she never made time for me. And I was like, and you knew that she was never making time for you and you wanted to marry her. How did you feel like that was going to be different if you married her? He said, I don't know. And I said to him, well, why would you sign up for that? Because she straight told you, and I heard her out of my own mouth say she wasn't going to change her life in any way for you. But do you know what you need? And he finally began to recognize he was unfulfilled in that relationship. And he couldn't see it because he had emotionally and mentally tied himself to her. And she was out of pocket, and then he was out of pocket, and everybody was out of pocket. But the reason why is because they weren't in alignment with one another. A woman that's not making time for her man is not the woman for you. Period. A man that doesn't make time for his woman, that's not the man for you. And what a lot of people miss is the signs when people straight tell you what they're going to do and what they're not going to do in the initial phases of the relationship. Why are you okay with that? If you're with somebody and your needs are not being met because you haven't validated your own need to have what it is that you need. Everybody got some issues. Everybody got triggers. Everybody got things that are going on that are specific to them. We are not a monolith. Everybody is not the same. But if you don't validate your own needs, how do you expect anybody else to? When you settle for less than what you know you deserve, man or woman, who do you think is going to come and rescue you if you don't rescue yourself? So the second step to reclaiming yourself is to validate your own needs. You need to be in touch with what it is that you need for your own life. And you can't cut yourself short because you need what you need, whether it is rooted in abandonment issues, childhood trauma. I don't care what it is. You are different than anybody else, and you need what you need, male or female. And if somebody is going to be in your life, at the very least, you need to understand what your needs are, and they need to be in alignment with serving you in that way, and vice versa. So what we doing here if we not serving one another? What are we doing? Like, real talk. What are we doing if we're not here to make each other's life better? What are we doing? Real talk. Diedrich said, amen. How are we supposed to make this wonderful and amazing connection with one another and be healthy and happy if we won't even validate our own needs with our partner? What's happening here? The third step is rebuild your identity. That's the third step, right? Who are you at your core? What are your needs? Taking it back to step 2. Are you performing for somebody or trying to prove yourself? Are you sure about who you are? Do you know what you want your life to look like? Do you know what you want your relationships to look like? Like, do you know how to show up for yourself? I am her. Thank you for the follow. Harashi? I knew I was going to mess it up. I'm just trying to simplify it for my own life. Thank you. You understand? But this is a level of realness that is required for you to get to your truth. Who are you? Not what do you do? Not your vocation, not your degrees. Who are you? Who are you for real? Who are you for real? Hey, J-Lo. Thank you for the follow, baby. Thank you. Who are you? If you took off, I'm going to find this poem I wrote years ago. I wrote it years ago, and I got to find it. If I showed you all of my flaws and the people that left in the markings that are left there, would you still love me? Who are you? I know people who self-sabotage because they don't know who they truly are. Absolutely. That's why I was talking about self-sabotage yesterday, right? I think it was yesterday, last night, and yesterday afternoon. Self-sabotage, yeah. Yeah. And you tear up relationships because you don't know who you are. Your identity and how you show up. And I'm not talking about your position at work, because that's not who you are. That's the thing that you do. And we got to stop identifying ourselves as, oh, I'm an engineer. Oh, I'm a technician. Oh, I'm a nurse. Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, I got my PhD. And what in the Sam Hill does all of that mean? Because all that has to do with is how much money you make. Who are you? What are your core values? Thank you. Pooh Bear, I did not send you. Babe, I'm just thinking about this. It just hit me because I said core values. Please forgive me, because I'm a hotmess.com. I be having 10,000 things in my brain. So please forgive me, my love. I'm going to send it to you today, right after this, because after this, I'm going to have a couple of hours to just kind of chill. Who are you? That's a heavy question. And it's not something you can figure. But ask yourself, write it down. Ask yourself later, who am I really? Like if I took off all the degrees, if I took off the vocation, the career, if I took all of that stuff off, who am I? What makes me me? Because you're more than your degrees. Who are you character-wise? Who are you concerning your integrity? Who are you? You know what, Pooh Bear, I'm sorry. You know my heart, though. You know I ain't mean to not send you, right? Who am I unmasked? There you go, baby. There you go. Divine Fire. Yes, yes. You Pooh Bear said I ain't even paying her no attention. It's not intentional, my love. It's not. It's not. I promise it's not. Oh my God, I'm horrible. I'm telling y'all, y'all don't understand. Okay. So you ever, just, I'm a sidebar for 1 second. Y'all ever feel like a walking contradiction sometimes? Because my heart is for people, but I will forget stuff in 2.5 seconds. I really will. I'll look at it, and if I don't do it immediately, I will, because I have so much going on in my mind. I'm already doing 17 things already in my head, like soon as I get off of here. So I have to have things like in my face, and I have to list them down on a list so I can get them done, because I be on 10 mentally, not with my mouth, but mentally I'm on 10. I'm always doing something. Even when I'm not doing anything, I'm still in my head. I'm still on 10. Thank you, Bomani. I'm just, I know I'm wrong. I ain't gonna say nothing. But I'm just curious, what is your sign? I am a Libra. Tried and true. My birthday was October the 6th, y'all. I was turning up. In fact, I need to do a video on a reflection today. I don't know if I'm gonna get it done. But anyway, yes. Yes. Remy Smith. Hey, thank you for the follow, baby. I see you. That's that skill. That's that balance. That's that thing. That's that thing. That's why I'm so fair. And people be like, oh, Kim, you be checking for the brothers. Yeah, because in my head, I can't do it any other way. I cannot. And I have sons, right? I have 2 sons and a daughter, right? And my grandkids, right? But my point is, yeah, I'm very balanced. I'm very and I'm healing, right? So I'm on the other side of a lot of things. And so, yeah, I'm standing in my truth. So, yo, can I be honest? Can I be honest? And this might sound really, really crazy for some of y'all. I don't know how y'all gonna take this, but I can't worry about that. I am dope. Okay, I said it. Stick a pin in that. I'm not trying to be funny, but the way I think, while I think sometimes because I overthink, it can be a blessing and a curse, right? I love myself. And the truth that I sit in, it's like, Wow. Like and the reason why I say this, y'all, is because it was a point in time in my life where I didn't even think I was enough. Like I sold myself short like so many times. I sold myself short so many times. Like I was like, oh, and I was always trying to be kind of down with people. Like I was like, no, because I'm this way. No. Like I was trying to fit in. Like and I was like, girl, like now that I've awoken, if awakened to myself, awoken, because y'all pray for me. Okay. I'm like, girl, you are fire. But let me just let y'all in on this. It's the Holy Spirit. It's really not me. God is just using me. But oh my God, I render so beautifully because of it. And I'm not talking about anything external. I'm talking about who I am becoming. It is amazing to me, and it is blowing my proverbial mind. And I'm not trying to be funny. It is blowing my mind. Okay, said what I need to say. And I hope that, people are like, oh, she's so full of herself. No, you really don't know me if you think that. But, I can understand if you said that in this moment. But it is the Holy Spirit. I promise you it is. Hey, Kamiko, how you doing? How's your family, baby? How's your family? Yeah, I'm checking, baby. I'm checking on you. I'm checking on your family and you. And, all we could do is pray, my love. That's all we could do. Yes. Okay. So the fourth step in this is to set emotional boundaries. And I need for you to understand that thank you, Duana. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you for the October. Thank you, baby. Boundaries aren't walls. Thank you, my love. They're not walls. They're doors to protect your peace. So your boundaries, so sometimes you got to close the door on some things in certain situations and circumstances where you got to kind of pull back to protect your peace, right? And so when you begin to set the emotional boundaries that you need to set up for you to have peace of mind, for you to learn who you are, for you to work within yourself, what you're doing is you're saying, I'm not available for love that costs me myself. You start saying that. I'm not going to allow myself to get involved with somebody who is not 10 toes down standing on business with me. You begin to like yourself, right? Number three, you said rebuild your identity. Yep, that's number 3, rebuild your identity. And step 4 is set emotional boundaries. And stop making yourself available for things that don't align with you. Step 5 is choose relationships that reflect your wholeness. So you don't chase connections. You align with them. It doesn't look like chasing. It doesn't look like lowering your thought processes or not speaking your truth, because you're not chasing anything. You're just aligning. You're dealing with people who are in alignment with you. Right? And I often say this to people. Love sets you free. Well, you want to know what was the first step, boss lady? Is that what you're asking, my love? Okay, the first one was to reclaim yourself. Oh, thank you. Oh my, Arin, I see you. Tell the truth to yourself. There you go. Shout love. Yep, that's it. You got to name it. You got to say what the truth is. The second one is validate your needs. Be honest with yourself. What do you need? The fourth one is set emotional boundaries. The fifth step is choose relationships that reflect your wholeness. Good afternoon, oh my RN. Omi. You can't heal what you don't reveal. Yes, I said that. A while ago. Yep. You can't heal what you hide. That's why we got to stop hiding. Yes, love that. Love the last one. Yes. So you don't chase connection. You align with people who are in alignment with you. Yes, this applies to family. Absolutely. I think it applies to any relationship that you have. Remember, we talking romantic, but it applies to everything, everyone. And the last part of choose relationships that reflect your wholeness. And I was about to tell you that love sets you free. It is amazing to me the freedom that is tied to love. Like, love to some people feels like bondage, but it's not. Real love sets you free. It changes the way that you see everything. But it's not. Jaybird, this is very helpful. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Jaybird. Thank you. I appreciate you. Theophilus? Theophilus? Because I know I'm saying it wrong. Mr. Mac, hello, sir. Hello and welcome in. Can y'all welcome in Oh My RN and Mr. Max? And thank you for the popular vote, Oh My RN. I see you. Can y'all welcome in okay. Very, very helpful. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, baby. Listen, let me just say this about love before we get ready to go. If you ever find yourself, and this is period in anything, like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a quick little scenario. Like, and I know this might sound different, but it's my mom, right? Before my mom passed, like, I took care of her. I didn't take care of her alone. She lived with me for about a year, and then she went back to her house. And I was there with her every day, but my sister, she worked. So I was still there with her every day. But in order for them to give, how they give that little 4 hours of service or whatever they give you, they wanted to give it at her house, right? Not at mine. So until we got all of that set up, she was here with me in this very room. This was her bedroom. And it was my honor and my privilege to take care of her. Like, I cooked her breakfast every morning, her lunch, and I was like, Mommy, what do you want to eat? And she said, I don't know. I like, whatever you want, baby, that's what we eat. And it was my honor and my privilege to be able to give my mother back, like, one tiny little fraction of all that she gave me. The love that I felt from her before the incident and the way in which I chose to serve her after gives me a peace. Even while I'm grieving, even while I miss her, I know that I did right by her. And that kind of love sets you free. You say, y'all better jump on this train. Kim is a blessing. You know what? You are mad. You are mass moving. I love it. And it's so funny. But, like, loving somebody is like taking care of somebody who can't necessarily give back to you the ways in which you gave them. I had the privilege and the honor of giving that to my mother, of doing the very best that I can to serve her. I mean, and then I was the court jester, because y'all know how silly I am, right? Y'all getting a little taste of that. I was the court jester. I made her laugh almost every day. Some days she had bad days, and I'd be like, okay, you want to be mad by yourself, child. I ain't finna be mad with you, but now what you need, and she's like, oh, shut up, or something, you know what I mean? So that's deep, Kim. I lost my mom 4 years, and it seems like I'm missing. Me too. Me too. That's why I talk about my mother all the time, because I keep her alive in my mind and in my heart and in my head. But I'm saying this to say this. There is so much freedom in love. Thank you, Unwritten Unstoppable. I see you. Thank you for the daily heart, me. There is so much freedom in allowing love to flow to you and through you. When you give love and it's uninhibited by, oh, I want you to do this, and oh, you gotta do that. That's not love, baby. That's not love. It's a fraction of what love can be. And I know I'm talking about my mom like, oh, but that's your mother, so that's different. It's like your kid is different. No, you have the capacity to be set free by love too. No matter what another person does, they can't stop you from loving them. When it's real love, it's not contingent upon what a person does or doesn't do. You accept them and love them for who they are. And that's the truth. And I know that's difficult for us to wrap our heads around, because we think that love is something that you can only give or only be there for those who do what you want them to do and operate the way that you want them to operate. If it's real love, it doesn't die. It doesn't. It's not a faucet. You don't turn it on and off. You may have to separate yourself from people, but love truly sets you free. And people don't realize that real love is very freeing. There are days when I feel like I can soar because I've experienced love. And it's not contingent upon what you do for me or what you don't. But again, devoid of the Holy Spirit, I doubt people will ever have a true experience of love. And I really mean that. Edith said, hello, my date is today. I calmed down and did not cancel. Thank you. I don't know what you're talking about exactly, but you calmed down. I think I got the gist of that, and you didn't cancel. Okay, good. So we still in a safe space. Then hello, somebody, right? So you want to be with somebody that you don't have to perform for, and that's for all of my brothers. You want a woman to accept you for who you are. You don't want to have to always be juggling to be loved, to be respected, to be honored. And for my sisters, somebody that respects you enough that they want you to pour into yourself with everything that you got. That part. You want her to be so Gucci, so good within herself. Because you want to love her in that space where she is loving herself. You don't want her to deplete herself for you. And if you feel like she's depleting herself, then all you want to do is pour back into her. That part. And there is a pouring. Can you imagine that they're pouring into you, but you're pouring into them? Can you imagine what that's like when you say, I'm ready to be a husband, or I'm ready to be a wife, and all you're doing is doing the pouring into one another? Yes, I've been married for 26 years. Glad our foundation was built on Christ and love. Yes. Yes. And even when you don't like them, when they're getting on the last only nerve you got, you know, that one little tiny nerve that you got left, because that's all the nerve you got left, right? is you still love them. They get on your nerve, but you love them. And your friends. And your work in process. And you keep doing, hey, Miss V, the reserve nerve, right? The reserve nerve, the last, only little tiny one you got left. But you love them. Even when you don't like them. In the moments, in the fleeting moments that you don't like them. And that's what you need. Darling said, good one, right? The reserve nerve, right? I never heard of that one, but I like it. I might steal it, Patty Cakes. I might be saying. Oh my God, I love y'all so much. I really do. Listen, I am, my phone be ringing in spite of the fact that I got it on Do Not Disturb. It's still ringing in my ear. Loretta Johnson, thank you for the follow. Does anybody have any questions, any comments, anything you want to say? Tonight it is actually going down. Let me just tell y'all about tonight. We're going to be doing some music and we doing some trivia. I've never done this before. We're going to play a game. I'm going to be bringing some people up on the panel. We're going to have a good time. Tonight, we're going to be listening to some music and playing some trivia games. It's going to be fun. I talk about stuff that's so heavy all the time that tonight I just wanted us to let our hair down and have a good time and have some laughs. Maybe we'll do some karaoke since we listening to music, right? Girl, I was, my ex-husband won all the time. He's a good friend now. I was, my ex-husband. Oh, you were on your ex-husband's nerves all the time. Now he's a good... That's what's up. That's what's up. I feel like that about my ex. I'm not friends with him. I don't like to say that we're friends. But I pray for him all the time. Because our kids need him. Right? So I pray for him like I pray for myself. I want God to bless him so abundantly. I need him to be there for his kids and to have that relationship. So yeah, you said on. Okay, I got it. I figured it. Yeah, like that part, our kids and grandkids. Yep. And I pray for him all the time. He don't know that I do, but I do. Because I want to see him healthy, happy. Because our kids need him. Yeah. And maybe that's selfish of me. I'm like, well, the kids need him, so I need him to be around. But I legit pray for him because I want him to have whatever it is that he needs. You know, so what I pray for myself, I pray for him. Because my kids need me too. Success. Right? Thank you, Dewana, for the October gift. Y'all be blessing my whole entire heart. Y'all really, really do. I love y'all. I'm about to drop off because I'm going to be back here at 8:30 tonight. Fred, I'm glad you came too. I am so glad that you came too. Can y'all come tonight? Because I need some fellas up on the panel. Because we're going to be asking some questions. And maybe we could do the guys against the girls. Maybe we could do some trivia like that. But I'm going to be asking Deidre, you know, if you can come up on the panel, I would love everybody to turn on their camera. But if they don't, you don't. I just want y'all to come up on the panel. Let's have some fun. Let's have some laughs. Y'all know I usually do something on Thursday. But I've been kind of tired on Thursday night, so I've been MIA for the last couple of Thursday nights, except for last night. So I had set it up for Friday. And so tonight, let's listen to some music. Let's have some laughs. Let's have a good time, especially, you know, y'all who are new to my room. Y'all come on in. Come on back. Let's have some fun. Be a part of it, right? And other people... my crew, y'all know my crew, been like my day ones, right? I definitely want y'all up on the panel. Y'all got to come back because we're going to have us some fun, right? And hopefully we won't have to joke on nobody too hard tonight. But maybe we'll do some karaoke. Maybe we can do some karaoke, maybe. Listen, maybe we can do some we tapped out to 72K. Oh my God, y'all are amazing. Thank you for tapping out to 72K. Oh my God. Yeah, I gotta go get me something to eat and prep for tonight. It is going down. Dewana, I got your text. I got your email. I got everything. We good. And hopefully I'll see everybody tonight. I love y'all like I love some fried chicken with some baked macaroni and cheese and some collard green with some candy yams. Y'all know that's some love right there. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. Listen, y'all be blessed, and I'll see y'all tonight. All right? Good night, everybody. I'll see y'all later. All right? Love y'all.